Hi. Happy May 1st. Happy May. Although it doesn't feel like May at all. I mean, geez, it's like 5 degrees? It's freezing. But, Samantha Lee from Soul Pathways. I hope you're doing well this Friday. I want to come back today and do a little update. I know it's been a couple days since I've come on, but I've had my hands full. My kid's been sick all week, so nothing huge. A little viral something or another that he's picked up, but nevertheless, and I was thinking today that it's been a minute since I'd laughed, and I was looking into laughter therapy and the science behind it, and scientifically proven that it produces serotonin, which reduces stress, and that's why laughter is so good for the soul. And so before I was had pushed play, I was sitting here with the phone for quite a few minutes, and I was looking at the sky. I was just chilling, and I look at clouds, and one of the clouds was in the shape of a snail. And the message was very clear that I was taking my time on getting started. I thought that was quite funny. Yeah, I am quite the slow starter, but I go at my own pace. Slow and steady wins the race. If you know, we live in a culture of right here, right now, fast and furious and quick rewards, but I'm telling you, I'm always thinking about, like, and I used to be one of those people, trust me. When you build something on a house of, cards, think about that foundation, right? Or if you're not thinking about how things are, the foundation you're building, how quickly you're doing something, you're not thinking about your future. And that's something this journey has slowly but surely taught me, is to slow down. And that was one of the components, even I was learning today, something I've been going through, is to slow down and simplify my life. It seems I'm taking on too much. And could I get any less active? It's like I'm restless. And I know why. It's because I'm trying to move forward at a time when I need to be stopped. It's just quite that simple. Stopped in one way, but not stopped. It's spiritual journeys are often a mixed bag is the best way I could put it, because in being that I'm spiritual and not really religious, I have to find myself, I do listen to people who speak of religious texts to understand some of the things I need to understand, because a lot of the examples are from the Bible. So on one hand, I'm to get good at being still, but I have to and on another hand, continue moving forward. So I was very frustrated and confused with that. And needed clarity. Found myself a little a lot in conversation with my dad over that. God, my dad, I call him God. Nevertheless, this is about my spiritual journey. It's my unconventional love story. If you want to know why you're to watch these shows, these little blips from my life, check out number 2, the video number 2. I talk about it. It's my sole purpose. I'm an earth angel and an anointed child of God, and a prophet. I'm a messenger. My name is Samantha. I think it's Hebrew or Aramaic. Means I'm a listener. I do listen to my Father. I hear him, and he tells me things. We're always talking, and it's been that way. I was born this way. It's been that way my whole life. And that's something I've been talking to him about, actually, even more recently too, is about working to hone that skill, because I want to hear him even better. So I've been working on that, and so just trying to fill that stillness time with things not to be so still, and he's like rolling his eyes at me like, can you not be still, child? I guess not. I'm a multitasker. Even my kid, just a offhand example, he gets a little irritated with me because when we watch movies, I like to do things on my phone, and I'm not somebody who just sits and watches movies. I'll be like doing 2 other tasks while I'm watching movies, and he's like, Mom, that's not watching movies. I'm like, what? But you know, when I realized that it was hurting his feelings, it made me really think about it. And my son takes watching movies with me very seriously, so on that front, I had to, when I realized that it was affecting him like that, and I do realize it's just me and him. So when it's our time together, that phone needs to go down and go off, and it's just me and him time. So that's what I've done. I've made it me and him time, and the phone goes away. And so that's been a valuable lesson, and I think that's kind of what God's saying. He's telling me wind confirmation that the phone needs to go away, and I need to sit with him and get real quiet and still every day. So we're working on a new, and there's those wishes that float in the air. One just flew by. It's been his wish to have me change up my daily schedule, so we're working on that too. So nevertheless, that's been the thing, and it's not been easy, but when you're on a journey with God and you're his vessel, you do what you got to do. It's all him and none of me, right? I'm the cup and he fills it. And like I said, I surrender every day, and I have to surrender every day. And when I have a problem with surrendering, I have to figure out what that's about, and then I got to heal it. And sometimes it's hard, and I have blocks and things I have to work through, and sometimes fears even have come up, then I'll have to work through that, amazingly so, because fears aren't even real. So I have to understand, well, what caused that, and why is that there? And it can get oftentimes pretty intense, especially if it triggers me. So and these can even come from past lives. I mean, because we have multiple lives. If you're at Earth School, trust me, unless it's your, I mean, no, not even unless, no. If you're on Earth School, you've had more than one. You've at least had two, and this is your second. Because you're not on Earth School as a first go-round confirmation wind. You just aren't. There's no way you're coming to Earth School as I'm going to use the term a newbie in terms of spiritual growth. I'm going to call it a year one, a first timer on your life journey. Everybody on planet Earth has been around the block at least once. Now twice. Everybody's been around twice. So, and many of us more than that. When people say to me, this isn't my first rodeo, I know for a fact it's not their frickin' first rodeo. And usually I can tell. When somebody tells me their story, I'm already keyed in and usually can tell their past lives from it. It's hard with that, because I can definitely empathize, being my history of 50 years and the things I've been through, not to empathize with other people. That's why I'm here and sharing my story, because the difference between me and everybody else is I am an earth angel, and my purpose here is to help people with the knowledge I've been given through God, authorized through God, to help others advance. And this was just emphasized to me today because I've been struggling on my journey. Again, there's always something, folks. So, yes. Always something, but you just keep plugging away. And some days, like yesterday, I felt extremely, I'm just gonna say it, I felt like it was all for naught yesterday. I was very frustrated yesterday. My hands went up in the air yesterday. And another wish just went by. But you know, at the same time, I didn't give up. You know, my hands might have went up in the air, and yeah, I felt frustrated. Yeah, I even cried a lot. Yeah, I went home and I took a 3-hour cleansing bath. Because of the hotel, I have to transmute so much garbage, it's not even funny. It's not even funny how much junk, how much stuff that's not even mine I'm having to transmute. But I do it because that's where I'm at, and that's part of the hurdle I'm jumping right now, is getting out of that hotel, because I'm done there. I've seeded the light and I'm moving forward now. It's time to move on. And that's going to happen. And I got a whale claw that's shaped like a whale. And, you know, I heard it's a whale of a destiny, or whale is destiny, whale of a destiny. You're going to make a big splash. Something like that. I'm going to have to look into, it's a sperm whale. It's one of those big blue whales with the blowhole on top. Nevertheless, life is full of challenges, right? And it isn't necessarily ever going to not be. It's how you deal with them and how you perceive them that's going to help you get through. And though we're in a time of challenging astrological aspects to some degree, each day still has the opportunity to choose to be happy, to choose to see the good, and to be the good. Did I say it would be easy to do that? No. But some days might be easier than others. And anything worthwhile will be worth it. I just heard, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. That's a true motto. It's something I've been saying for a long time. Not that everybody's always kind. I haven't even always been kind, but this world needs more kindness. Even smiling at people, strangers, is an act of kindness, I've noticed. People don't smile at each other even. And if they do, and I'm guilty of this, it's immediately wrote off as a fake smile, because the ongoing thread is that people mask their day-to-day with fake smiles to cover up their pain because they're not being authentic, which is, again, a truth. A lot of people do not want to show the world what they're really going through at home or in their personal lives. So they cover it up. Oh, I'm good. When really life sucks and they just wish they could jump off the closest bridge. Because really, if you said the truth, would they really give a shit anyway? You know, I'm the one who used to tell the truth. And people would be like, sorry I asked, right? They're like, I'm never asking that person how they're doing today. Because I was like, well, you wanted to know, you know? And then later in life, that was earlier, and then later in life when I realized, you know, don't dump everything on people. When I was going through hard shit and I really needed to share, I would choose, like, people I felt could handle it, like professionals, like a teacher or somebody, that I could share when I really had nobody and I needed to share. And even then, I was very disheartened by the replies and the help I received, which was zero. Oftentimes zero. People in my lifetime typically let me down. And I always just vowed to myself that I wouldn't be that person. When people came to me, that if I was capable of helping, that I would. Because here's the thing. Cardinal. No, Blue Jay. Excuse me, Blue Jay. The wisdom I've learned. Another white whale, sperm whale. People like to take advantage of me because of that. Because I was helpful. Because I am helpful. And so they would. Problem is, they'd never replenish me. It'd be like, take, and then they leave. And then when I needed a favor, or I wanted to lean back, there would be nothing there to lean on, and I'd fall over. Zero reciprocity. Sadly, this was even existent to some extent within my own biological family. Not my mother. I'll have to exclude my mother there. Until she started drinking. When my mom drank, she wasn't herself. But that's a whole nother story, huh? Anyways, I guess the moral of the story is shallowness versus authenticity. The masks that we wear in society. Is it really? It isn't one based on society. I mean, how do we change that? We don't. We change ourselves. And then society changes because more and more people are changing themselves. Don't be afraid to step out and be real. I'm always led to the example, and I think of one drop of water might not do much to water a plant, but if you gather a drop and then another drop and then another drop, they'll fill an entire cup, and then you can water a plant. Then I think to the ants little Pixar show, and they were up against the, I don't know, were those crickets or they never knew that they were more powerful, you know. They're like, we're just little ants, and there's these big ass crickets or whatever. There are fewer of the big guys, but many more ants, and the ants were little. But the ants felt powerless. Ants didn't know their worth. We're the ants. Know your fucking worth. Start healing yourself. God made you. And when you show up in society and you're like, yep, this is me. Yep, I'm a zebra and I'm pink and I've got polka dots. So, haven't you ever seen a polka dotted fucking zebra? Fuck you. Go jump off a bridge. You don't like it. Oh, by the way, I do love you. I mean, like, that's what it is. It's like, you gotta be you. But, I mean, we're not out here being crass and shit. I'm just saying, oh, and by the way, I swear, I am an earth angel who swears. I always forget that part. It is the one thing that I do. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I've been celibate 15 years. I'm a kind and pure soul. I swear, it's the one thing I do. And we're not out here being mean, blatantly uncaring, but we're not needing validation through any one thing for what we are, because we know when we stand in our power that we come from the ultimate source. The sun, clarity. We come through the ultimate, that we are one of a kind, whatever that is, a pink zebra with polka dots instead of stripes. Whatever that is, maybe that's your skill set. Who knows? Maybe you're the best, I don't know, white rapper, country rapper in the world. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe you country rap. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know why that came into my head. But what I am saying is, own yourself, including the flaws, because that's where the gold is. I'm telling you, those things, the things you tend to hide up and you're like, that's disgusting. Honey, the moment you can love on your disgusting is the moment nobody else can make you embarrassed or feel lesser than for it. And it also says, I love and accept all of myself. It's your shield. And it doesn't mean you can't change it if you don't want to. It just says, I love and accept all of myself. There's nothing wrong with any part of you. You're perfect, just as you are. And I'm talking of your physical body, obviously. As well as any, like, you know, if you've got like lazy eyes or you're a stutter or something wrong, you feel is wrong. What's normal anyways? And what's wrong? Who dictates that? Everybody has a different definition for what's wrong, what's right, what's real, what's not real. That's so subjective. What's subjective mean? We all define it differently. That's what it means. That would mean 8 billion definitions of that exist in this entire world. So, just go with what you want to be and say phooey to the rest, right? I mean, there's nothing more freeing than going out into a public space and being able to be yourself and owning it. And if people got a problem with that, you just know that's their problem. That's none of your business and you don't care. That's like, so what? Because it really is. It's like, so what? Because at the end of the day, when somebody has a problem with you, it speaks, well, all it's saying is, wherever their problem with you stems, it's saying that area of you is triggering something where they're lacking in them. And that means that's their problem, not yours. They're just picking on you because you got something going on. Something right going on. Or, worse yet, they pick on, here's another, because I was just given a secondary by God. They might pick on a disability, what we consider disabilities in the counseling world. A lazy eye, a speech impediment. Because they themselves have an inferiority complex. Because whatever it is that you have going on with you, it makes them feel better about themselves by making you feel smaller. Understand that they're just using you as a tool to pick themselves up. What does that say? It says they already have a low self-esteem. So again, these people, they might look a certain way. Maybe you do have a speech impediment, or you've got a weight issue, or you've got this or that. But these people who are out there talking out the side of their faces, spreading rumors, gossip, all this junk to make themselves feel better, they might look great, but they have no class, no taste, no facts, and they have a low self-esteem, and they toxic as beans, man. And not an ounce of ground to stand on, to boot. So, it's laughable, really. You just keep moving on. It says nothing about you. Don't let it offend you. Because, again, it speaks about them. I mean, here's another thing. If people are talking about you, you must have something to be talking about. If you didn't have nothing to talk about, people wouldn't be talking about you. They wouldn't be following you, they wouldn't be looking at you, they wouldn't be... I mean... So, you can look at it like that. Sorry, my hand went numb holding the phone. The whole 45-degree bit is killing my hands. So, I mean... Gossip is like the lowest form of communication. I don't participate in the junk myself. I use it as examples when it comes to authenticity, because my authenticity tends to rub people the wrong way. And again, that's not my problem. If these people were smart, they would recognize that my light, my authenticity is a mirror to them. I mirror both your greatest qualities and your not so great qualities. So if you're triggered, then I've obviously shown you your not so great qualities. Why aren't you taking that as a little bit of constructive criticism? And go heal yourself. It's nothing personal. I didn't make the choice. You made the choice. We're all adults here. Right? We're all adults. I made choices, you made choices, we all made choices in life. So, there's one thing I did want to address regarding people. Gang stalkers, to be exact. Because I have a group of people that just, I don't know, they don't want to seem to let go, even though a cycle's closed and I'm moving beyond it. There's word on the street, something about thinking that everything I get is just handed to me. Are you joking? I mean, that's got to be the funniest thing I've ever heard. We're talking about Cinderella. For anybody who believes that about me, you should go back to video 1 and start my whole story over. I'll clarify right now. You're deluded if you believe that. I mean, absolutely nothing has been handed to me. Currently, I'm homeless and jobless. And the reason for that is a group of people, namely you guys. You're the reason why I don't have those things. And yet you sit here and so on one hand you take the things away, you oppress me into a hotel, you take the job away, and then when you can't harm me no more, you say and think stupid things because I'm protected by God, that because you can't harm me anymore. Like, I get everything? Are you joking? You thief. You've stolen fucking everything. And you sit on it and refuse to give it back. As well as stop torturing a person. You're a classic definition for a psychopath. Facts. Don't trifle with me. You mess with the weather, you mess with the YouTube algorithm. You mess with my child's health. You mess with remote viewing and astral traveling. You mess with reflective magic. You mess with hitmen. You mess with trying to get me unalived at the moon cycles. You use the moon cycles to do harm to me. And you really think that I get everything handed to me. What is everything, pray tell? Just simply because now you can't harm me anymore in the ways you want to? Oh, tough titty bitty. Gonna have to get over that. May God have pity on your soul for all the horrendous, crazy crap you and your girl and boyfriends have done to an earth angel who didn't deserve none of it. Not any of it. I didn't deserve any of it. I'm not the problem. I'm not the cause. You are. You. You're attacking me. You're attacking my kingdom spouse. You're attacking my child. You've attacked my animals. You've attacked my car. You've attacked my bank account. You've attacked my jobs. You've attacked my family. I believe you've even unalived my mother. You've tried to kill my father. I swear you tore my family apart. I'm telling you, it's all gonna come out. RICO charges, espionage, corporate espionage, you name it. Identity theft, cyber harassment, hacking, stalking, illegal surveillancing, targeted gang stalking, fraud, murder, conspiracy to commit. It's going to make a nice movie. It's going to be digital, written. I haven't had jack shit handed to me, and you know it. So don't sit around like a bunch of whiny ass bitches just simply because your magic can't harm me anymore. You know what really sucks? Being the earth angel who's a love incarnate, who's here to help the world, who's surrounded by people who's made an entire society hate her. I'm fucking love incarnate and I'm surrounded by hate. Do you see the irony there? But it is proof that I am a prophet. Confirmation, I'm getting tingling up my body. You, your children, your parents, extended family, your friends, anybody involved. You're all gonna go down, but just know, you've made it damn near impossible, and you know it, for shit to be handed to me. Nobody's handing jack shit to me. Except God. And I'll tell you this, God can override all of you any day of the fucking week. And He does. He does. Because He created you. And the fucking horses you think you rode in on. Sorry. It's elimination season, folks, and you've been eliminated. And some of you even took out people that weren't meant to be eliminated. Kudos. Now those people are going to have karmic stuff to play out with you in the next life. And you know who I'm talking about. Some of you sabotaged people you said you loved or cared about. Out of greed, selfishness, stupidity. Yeah, you did. Can't deny it now. Straight up, those are the facts, and I knew it. I knew it years back. And I was going to tell them, and I wasn't given the opportunity. Everything happens for a reason. For you, it's about vanity, and it's about money. For God, it's about love and the betterment of all. You guys can stay in the 3D world. The rest of us are moving to 5D. Have a fucking great time in 3D, tearing it the fuck apart. I much rather be in 5D, which is where I'm at. If you haven't noticed, you can't even reach me half the time. That's where I'm at, 5D, because I've done the work. Nevertheless, you know, it's stuff like that just crazy to me, that a group of wealthy elites who fucking had spoons not only just handed to them would be sitting around acting so pathetic about a chosen child of God whom they've made homeless and jobless. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I mean, you really should. It's really quite pathetic. You should be on the front of Esquire magazine for the most pathetic families on this side of the fucking earth. Leaders of the industry. Fuck off. Of what? Deluded thinking? How to waste billions of dollars on what? I'm like, like I said, may God have pity on your souls. You don't have to like me. I never needed your liking, nor did I ask for it. But I do forgive you. And I don't need you to accept it either to move on. I've already forgiven myself, quite actually. Not that I have much to forgive myself for. Or anything for that matter. Like I said earlier, I didn't do a damn thing wrong here. Anything to deserve to have the things done to me that you guys have done to me. And I'll just share with you today one last thing before I hang this up. In meditation today, the very first image God showed me was a very long, opulent, well-dressed and set table that was never ending, and it was ready for a feast. And it was my table. And he said, I'm next. That table went on forever. I mean forever. I didn't even see the end of it. I couldn't see the end of it. But you know what I did start to see? People showing up to it. I was starting to see people showing up and taking seats. Party's over. For you. Check, please. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Be well. Until next time. May blessings flow to you and through you. And always, always love you.